Hello. Good morning and welcome to Storytime. We're back at the John Mackintosh Hall Library and we've got another exciting read for you. Do you know this one? It's called Peferctly Norman and it's a story about a little boy who dares to be different. Written by Tom Percival. Are you ready for it? Here we go. Norman had always been normal, perfectly normal, until one day. He grew a pair of wings. Wow, look at the colours on those wings. Can you see? Norman had imagined growing taller. Look at his legs. Or growing a beard like his dad. But he had never imagined growing a pair of wings. Still, they were here now, so he decided to test them out right away. What do you think Norman's going to do? Soon Norman was swooping around and generally having the most fun ever. But then he had to go in for dinner. You see, Norman had always been so normal, he didn't know how his parents would feel about his extraordinary wings. As he went in, Norman covered himself up in a great big coat. See his yellow coat? It's got a little doggy as well. His parents didn't notice the wings, but they did think it was odd to be wearing a coat indoors. What do you think? Do you think it's a little bit peculiar? Bath time was problematic. So was bedtime. But the coat was hot and uncomfortable. But Norman had decided that no one should see his wings ever. Can you see him in the bath there with his little ducky? There he is in bed, having a bit of a think. But the next day Norman went to the park, but he was far too hot to play any of his favourite games. And so it went on. Have you ever tried running along, with something that's a little bit, restrictive, something holding you back? Not easy. Norman's not looking very happy. Long car journeys were unbearable. The swimming pool was dreadful. What was Norman thinking? A coat for the pool? And that was nothing compared to his friend's birthday party. Oh dear me. Everybody jumping on the bouncy castles and Norman sat in a corner. The only time that Norman could feel normal now was when it rained. He would have his hood on and he was ready to brave the rain. One day, a boy tried to pull his coat off and Norman had to run away, hot-faced, angry and sad. He wished he'd never grown those stupid wings. Then he saw some birds high up in the sky and he remembered the joy of his first flight. It occurred to Norman that it was the coat that was making him miserable, not the wings. See, Norman's looking at all the little birds. Why don't you take that tatty old thing off? Suggested his mum and dad. His parents were obviously getting a little bit worried. Norman looked up at them hesitantly. He wasn't quite sure. His parents smiled and nodded. Norman smiled back. Then he threw off the coat and let his wonderful wings fan out. What a beauty! Norman leapt into the air. Finally, he was free of that coat. He noticed a few other children wearing thick, heavy coats of their own. They looked up at Norman and round at each other nervously. There was a moment's pause and then... whoosh! Woohoo! The sky was filled with flying people. Norman had never felt so happy, so free. Whoosh! And look at the colour. Everyone unleashing their inner self. What beauty! He realized that there was no such thing as perfectly normal, but he was perfectly Norman, which was just as it should be. The end. What do you think? Norman dared to be different, and he had the courage to dance to his own tune and do things his own way. So, are you ready to unleash your own wings? Have you discovered your wings yet? I'm sure there's a little bit of magic in you, no doubt. And once you discover it, don't be shy to let it out. Feel free and have fun doing it. Look at Norman once he let go. Perfectly Norman. Have a think today. Discuss a story with your parents. And I'm sure you'll get to enjoy flying your own way. That's it for today. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, it's 10 o'clock every morning. Goodbye.